Wanted to share a little today with you on the concept of forgiveness, because here, while I'm recording this video, it's just a week away from Christmas. And I think Christmas time, more than most other times, can really bring up a lot of memories and a lot of reminders as to the grudges that we hold or the crosses that we bear. And one of the greatest things I think I've ever experienced in my life that has contributed to my sense of liberation has been forgiveness. And I can assure you, I have had so many things in my life that I could feel very just in not letting go, very just and righteous in being unforgiving of. And it wasn't until I began to first explore A Course in Miracles text that I really came to understand what forgiveness means. And that the act and the art of forgiveness, whilst it can be perceived as for the other person, it's really about salvation for the self. And so today, beautiful soul watching this video, I want to invite you to consider what it might be like for you to finally arrive at a place where you are willing to see that by not forgiving, it is you who is being nailed to the cross. It is you who is drinking the poison and wishing for the other to die. Because the lack of unforgiveness or the act of being in resentment and rage or resistance to what is only impacts us on the most toxic and painful level. And so one of the most beautiful prayers that I know from A Course in Miracles is, "Dear God, help me to perceive this through the lens of love." And so at this time in your life, if you feel like, yeah, there's a part of me that is holding back, there is a part of me that is withholding love, there is a part of me that is still so deeply entrenched of the story of betrayal and the experience of what was done to me, then this is for you. And it's not to take away from the physical 3D reality of what has occurred. No one's suggesting that it was okay or somehow right what happened to you. But A Course in Miracles also says, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And miracles are when we have that shift in our perception. So we can't change what's occurred, but we can change our perception of what's occurred. And when you're willing to rise beyond the experience and you're willing to consider that your liberation, your salvation lies in pulling those nails out of your own hands as you've placed yourself up in that crucifixion, right? By hating on another or by being steeped in resentment of another. If you're willing to perceive the situation from the higher lens of divine love, a little glimmer of hope can awaken in your heart. A little glimmer of forgiveness can descend and arise. And so my wish for you this period, my wish for you as you watch this video, whenever that is that you take a moment to consider who or what in your life it's time for you to let go. What events, what stories, what perceptions is it time for you to say, enough? I am not willing to give another second, another day of my life to this person or to this event. Now I draw a line in the sand and I'm willing to give myself my liberation and my freedom and take my power back and set that free by handing it over and by coming back to the truth of who I am and being willing to perceive myself and my life through the lens of love and being willing to perceive the situation as an opportunity to rise into divine love and perceive this through a different lens. So in the program, the Soul Expansion Training, we go so much deeper into forgiveness. We go into tools and practices to help, support, and facilitate that transformation. Because I don't know that there's any greater miracle out there than the miracle of forgiveness. And when we can release the energy that we've kept locked in and we've burdened ourselves with, when we can free and liberate ourselves of that, the channel, the portal for clear guidance, for clear sacred love, for absolute inner peace and joy becomes so much more effortless. And I want that for you. And I'm going to finish this video today with my most favorite quote on forgiveness by Mark Twain. And he said, "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds upon the heel that has crushed it." Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds upon the heel that has crushed it. And if we can live our lives by that quote, what that means is when circumstances occur, when things happen to us that we perceive to be unjust or wrong, instead of making that harden us, or instead of allowing it to wither us and build walls and resentment and pain and a fortress of suffering, instead of that, we can choose to breathe and surrender and open our hearts anyway. Open our hearts to a state of forgiveness and a state of transcending. Doesn't mean accepting bad or shitty behavior, but what it means is not burdening yourself, not creating more suffering and pain by sitting in the mire of the event. I hope I see you in the Soul Expansion Training next year. It is going to be absolutely revolutionary, and I cannot wait to serve you and show you the tools and the ways that have absolutely impacted and changed my life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If it's Christmas time when you're watching, I hope you have a beautiful festive period. It is an absolute privilege to serve you.